record. I'll do a quick introduction and say Jamie's taking over the group. We're here at our Money Maker Live event, and then we'll stream you in and you'll be good.
Okay. Awesome.
Is the music super annoying in the back? It's not too bad.
No, it's amazing. Are you having a blast?
Oh my God, it's been incredible. It's been crazy.
I'm so excited for you.
I miss you so much. I wish you were here.
I'm having serious FOMO, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The pictures, the videos we're putting out, I'm like, don't even do it justice. It's been awesome.
Oh, that's so good. So good.
Yeah. Okay. Where do I do? Hold on. More.
All right. I'm going to get this pulled up over here.
What's going on? Oh my God. Oh. I need to become the host. You need to make me the host.
Am I the host?
I'm not the host. Yeah. No. Who is the host on here right now?
There's another Alyssa J. Dillon on.
Yeah, I'm going to just delete. I'm going to get them out, I think. Can I do that?
Yeah, I don't have any powers.
Who is the host on this right now?
See,
no, I'm trying to get them to talk to me. Alexa. I don't know who this is to get them to go away and make me the host. I lied. I know who it was. It was me. For my phone.
Oh.
Let's go. Like in here. I was like, why is it on my phone? I'm so confused. I just went to pick up my phone to see what was going on. All right, so we're gonna put this to our group. Thank you guys for your patience, for those of you who are on right now. Okay, and then Jamie, I also need to make you the co-host. So I will do that.
Okay.
Well, so we're being live streamed. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I am here in Buffalo. I am hosting an event, Moneymaker Live event, and we thought it would be so fun if while we were hosting our event, because we're not going to be able to stream live into the group, that if we had Jamie Gruol take over our Facebook group and give you the flyer, because she could not be here because she's in the middle of a move. So we totally understood if you can't be here, serve our people, take care of our people. So that is what she's doing while I am here. And so I hope you guys enjoy this training. I hope that you love it. I am going to make Jamie the host of this meeting. I am going to go. Jamie is going to give you all the workflows for the tax pros and help you guys systemize your business so you can get more of your time back and make more money. Love you guys.
Thanks, Alyssa. Oh my goodness,
Thank
you guys.
you.
I am so excited. I don't know about you, but I am having some serious FOMO. I went to Alyssa's event back in April of last year, and it was amazing. So Carrie's Otter AI will just let everyone in. Here we go. So I am super excited to be here, you guys. It is straight up 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go ahead and get us started. So as I was saying, I went to Alyssa's event back in the spring when it was down in Hilton Head, North Carolina, South Carolina. And it was amazing. So if you guys can make her next live event, you will have a life-changing experience. The speakers were amazing. And this one, I'm so missing out. So in the chat, if you guys would tell me where you're at, I am currently in the middle of Nebraska. As Alyssa said, we're in the middle of a cross-country move. My family and I are coming from Oregon and we're moving to Vermont. So if anybody in here is from Vermont, I would love all of the ideas on things that we should go and do and see as we get settled into our new home. And right now I'm in Nebraska. So my husband and I are driving across the country and I pulled over at a truck stop. So you're gonna hear a lot of background noise probably because the freeway's literally right there. But are you guys hearing me okay? Because I am using my hotspot on my phone. So can you guys just let me know if you're hearing me all right in the chat? Define the chat. There's the chat. Can you guys just say gotcha? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate it. So what I'm here today to do is I am here because Alyssa has been giving you guys amazing content about how to grow your practices, how to become six-figure earners, how to attract amazing clients that you want to serve. But the problem with that is all of a sudden you're going to have all these clients, right? And so what my specialty is I help tax pros, accountants, and bookkeepers automate. I help them automate their workflows and help them to create operations that become client focused and seamless for themselves. So my ultimate goal is to help you increase your profit and help you get time freedom in your business. As you're building your business, you're probably starting to feel the squeeze a little bit of your time. And my goal is to give you today some ideas on how we can help you automate and make an amazing client experience. So give me 1 second. My husband says the Starlink is now up. We've been trying to get our Starlink going. So I'm going to kick over there for 1 second. If I drop, I'll come back. Okay, looks like we're still going. That's good. Okay, this will be better service. So we have a new Starlink RV that we picked up for this move and kind of life. And we're testing it out for the first time today. So you're my guinea pigs. All right, guys. Oh, we've got more people in the waiting room. Sorry, folks. I am not the professional when it comes to this. Admitting all. Thank you all for being here. Runny nose. All right, guys. I am watching the waiting room. I apologize. I don't often do multi facets like this. So let's dive in, guys. I'm so excited. So I'm going to share my screen because we want to make sure that we get all the goods for you guys. So what I'm going to be sharing with you today is that I want to give you an opportunity to see what is possible with automation. And the goal with automation, as I mentioned, is really to create an excellent client experience. Yes, the time and it creates freedom in your workflows for you to get back time, but really the ultimate goal is we can create an amazing client experience through automated workflows and automated services that are going to wow your clients and give you the ultimate in ease. So I'm going to go through this presentation with you today because there's some amazing gold in here and I think you're going to have some major takeaways. So if you guys can admit all, I got to pull this up here. Let me pull up my chat as well. If you guys have questions as I'm going along, please feel free to ask them. That is my goal, is to make sure that you walk away today with lots of great information. All right, so what is client experience? Well, this is me in my new car. And client experience is the perception and feelings all through the process of working for you. And I have a little story for you, because buying a new car is no small deal, right? Like buying a new car, it's a big investment. There's a lot of like stories and ideas and things that we've heard or experienced buying cars. And going into buying a new car it's a thing, right? And so at the beginning of the year, it was my turn to buy a car. And my husband, a couple of years ago, bought a new Ford pickup. And he had an amazing experience. We walked into the dealership. They were like, oh, what can we get you? He knew exactly what he wanted. So they were like, sure, this is what we've got that matches that. And it was like easy peasy, right? They went through the financing with us. They gave him like top to bottom, like tour of his truck, how to use all these newfangled gadgets. Because I was coming from a 2012 Outback. He was coming from a 1995 diesel pickup. Like there were a lot of newfangled gadgets that we didn't know how to use. So they gave him the full tour. It was white glove. It was gorgeous. We walked away feeling so good about the experience. And I finally got my turn to buy my car. And this is the car that I upgraded to. And it was one that I had wanted for a long time. I'd done my research. I had known exactly how much I should be paying. I knew, it was during like the craziness of buying cars. So I knew I was going to pay a little bit of a premium, but I knew exactly what to expect. And so we went in and I walked through the door and oh man, it started out bad. It just started out bad. So I walked through the door and the gentleman like that first greeted us was kind of huffy about things. And I was like, no, this is not gonna be good. So even from the get-go, it was bad. But all through the process, it felt slimy, it felt shady, it felt deceitful, it felt like we were going through like all the things. And we had to play hardball a little bit ourselves because I was like, hey, I know I can drive 3 hours and buy this car for this price, whatever. But I was having a client experience from the moment that I stepped foot on into that store. And I can tell you that client experience is that every purchase you make has a client experience. Even going to the grocery store has a client experience. And the thing is that you can either give someone a good client experience or a bad client experience. I now, because of the experience that I had buying my car, every time I would drive by that dealership, I would have a terrible experience or a terrible feeling just because of the experience I had buying that car. And now I have a negative feeling towards the brand of the car, even, I will say. And that's really upsetting because I bought a very expensive car that I plan on having for a very long time. But this dealership and the way that they treated me gave me a terrible client experience. Have any of you ever bought or have an experience where you have done this? Yeah, Jace is saying has had this type of experience as well at a dealership. It's so disappointing because you're paying a lot of money, right? And these people are making a lot of money, but it just felt awful. And so now every time I drive by there, I am literally like this woman in the car. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like my blood pressure rises a little bit. And that's not what we want. The thing is that you are providing a client experience for your clients as well. And I once had a mentor say to me, don't sell a BMW if you're gonna deliver a Pinto. Now, this was something that has stuck with me for a long time because how often do we tell people that we are going to provide top-notch service and it's going to be amazing and it's going to, they're my primary focus, and you're doing this because you want to bring in the largest possible revenue for your business, and you also believe that you can provide this amazing client experience. And that may work when you have a handful of clients at the beginning, but all of a sudden your business starts building traction because you're giving great client experience. And pretty soon you find, I now have too many clients. I now have too many clients to be able to serve well. And this is where we get to have the opportunity to look at how we can improve our client experience without working more or having to hire more people. And so I'm going to share with you guys today some great things. But before I do this, I wanted to introduce myself because I may be new to some of you. I am and have been one of Alyssa's clients for about 1.5 years now. I've gone through multiple boot camps. I'm currently a member of her Moneymaker Mastermind, and I have been lucky enough to hang out with the crew that are Alyssa and the A-team and have them put their thumbprints on my business. But I am a problem solver. I am a woman who is looking to be an amazing wife, an amazing mama, and client experience has become my forte because I come from the healthcare environment. I come from where patient satisfaction, patient experience is critical. And so I took all of my learnings as 10 years as a senior project manager doing software implementations, and I became a taxdome guru. I now get to help accountants, bookkeepers, and tax professionals to implement taxdome and do it with ease. And so I co-created an amazing program with my dear friend and partner, Jessica Smith. So this is the two of us. We're the creators of this, but I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself before I jump into the meat of this training. And my goal with this training is for you, again, to walk away with amazing information that's going to help you build your practice with ease. So some statistics that I wanted to share with you, because these are really powerful. And I think that they say a lot about the change in the industry for accountants, bookkeepers, and tax professionals that has occurred since the whole COVID virus lockdowns, the last few tax seasons. There's been so much change that has been forced upon this industry, and the public is crying for it. They are truly crying for it now because unfortunately the tax industry, the accounting industry, a lot of these service industries under the finance umbrella have been left behind when it comes to technology. And now there's some amazing tools out there to help serve this, but the public has not changed their perception of what they're looking for. So 86% of users are inclined to pay more for a great client experience, customer experience. So I want you to think about, what are you doing that provides a great customer experience today? And it may not be that you're doing it so great right now, but opportunities for improvement even. Another one is 76% of consumers think companies should understand their expectations and needs. This is not because of their ideas that they are tax professionals themselves. They know that they're coming to you as the expert. They know that you, as the accountant, the bookkeeper, the tax professional, you hold the key to their success. And so they expect you as the company to address and understand their expectations and needs. 67% of customers say that the standard for customer experience has never been higher. And these are all very things for you to be aware of, because this is setting the tone for where you need to look as you're growing your practice. If you are looking to grow your practice, if you are looking to sustain your business for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this is going to be the standard going forward. And you need to be aware of that. 79% of millennials are inclined to make purchases from brands with mobile customer service portals. So do you currently have a portal? Tell me in the chat, who in here currently has an online customer portal that is available for your clients to safely deliver financial documentation, for you to deliver information back to them, reports, etc. Who currently has that? Kelly has it. Kathy has it. Secure portal is a must. Absolutely. Melissa has TaxDome, took our workshop. I love it. Caitlin saying outside of Google, Google is a drive, but Google is not a secure portal. So a secure portal to me is a tool that allows for password access. So there are some industry standards that I will call out. GLBA is an industry standard for financials. BCS says they use Google. Google can work, but just be aware that Google is not a secure portal and something you should just consider looking into if you are currently using Google. All right. So what does this tell us? It is time for you to level up to a VIP client experience. So if you are currently using Google, if you are currently manually sending your emails to your clients, if you're not providing status updates, we have so much opportunity, and I'm going to show you exactly what this can look like. So Caitlin says, can't you make it secure? Like you need a code to see what is there. Yes, Caitlin, I believe Google, you can use secure in the sense that people can have only certain people can have access to it. But again, it's not GLBA compliant, which many practices, bookkeeping practices, you all fall under the GLBA compliance to some people's assessments. So I would encourage you to check that out. See if you believe that you fall under the requirements of that, and then do a check for your business. What are 3 words that you want your clients to feel when they're working with you? This is a great exercise for you to take right now. And I would love for you guys to put into the chat, what are 3 words that would describe what you want your clients to feel from the beginning to the end of working with you? Now, remember when I talked about people can go into these relationships with different expectations, but what would you want your clients to feel from the beginning to the end of working with you? And I would love for you to put into the chat what you believe that is for your practice, or what you wish it was. No takers? Here we go. Caitlin says, comfortable, trusting, confident. I love that. Anyone else want to share what their 3 words are? And if you're not comfortable sharing, that's okay. Just write them down somewhere, because this is a really important exercise for you to be able to start envisioning what you want to create in your practice. right? I'm gonna keep moving. So let's get into the meat of this training. Number one, I'm going to cover 5 things today, by the way, so you guys can kind of help me stay on track with timing. I want to make sure I respect your time and keep this at less than an hour. Oh, Melissa says supported, reassured, and relieved. Oh my gosh, the relief is critical, right? These days, the financial needs of businesses is so huge. Trust, support, delivery, and results from BCS. I love that. Thank you for sharing, guys. Thank you for sharing. So let's dive into number one. Number one, how to provide a guided customer experience. By doing this and providing a guided experience, you get to be a proactive expert. People come to you because they have a need. They have identified that they need to have a service met. And they have found you, they have built trust with you, and they have agreed to work with you. Now that they have agreed to work with you, it does not end. This is where your job begins. This is where you need to guide that customer all the way through the service delivery agreement that you have with them, whether it's tax or bookkeeping or CFO services or accounting services, but you need to guide them because they're not experts. You are the expert. And so I want to show you how you can be a proactive expert and help them succeed from the very beginning all the way through meeting their desired results. So how can we create a VIP experience in this? I love to call this breadcrumbing. And I want you to breadcrumb your clients to success. So often we talk with the people that join our program and they say, oh, I send them this long list of things they need to do and nobody ever does it. And I'm like, well, no, duh. Of course they're not doing it because they're busy. They don't have time to sit down and read a tome of things that you need them to do. We need to break this down and break the process down and send communications exactly when they are pertinent to that client and necessary for your process to proceed. So what does that look like? It means not front loading them, not sending them a checklist of things that they're going to have to do. And that's the last communication they receive from you until you get frustrated because they're not meeting your needs. How many of you have had the experience where clients like, I don't know what you need me to do right now. And that's because you're not breadcrumbing them to success. And so what I want you to think about is how can you break up your front-loaded checklist and make that something that comes to your client exactly when it's needed. Now, I'm not saying that a checklist is bad, but looking at how you can take that checklist and provide it to them in bite-sized chunks exactly when you need it. So if you're, for example, onboarding a new bookkeeping client, there are absolutely things that you need for them to do. But instead of giving them 30 things on a checklist, what if you broke that down into first step, get us access to your existing books, whether that's sending us your Excel documents and receipts, whether that's giving us accountant access to your QuickBooks, but having them take that first step that helps them build confidence in you and also helps move them one step closer to their success. Exactly. Caitlin has a great idea. What about creating a 5-day onboarding process? I love that. We actually have a similar thing in our program, Workflows for Tax Pros, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, but we help our clients onboard by breaking down what they need to know to have success in our program. So that is a great way of helping people step by step gain success, gain traction towards their ultimate result, their goal of result. Wait, that's not right. the goal that they have in that desired result that they're looking for. And that is how they can start thinking about taking action forward. And so instead of them opening up an email with 35 things in it, they open an email and there's like 4 or 5 things they can do. They can get those things done in a 5 to 10 minute window. You set the expectation that these are the first steps of things I need you to do. I'm going to send you these things over the next 5 days, and they should all take you about 15 to 20 minutes a day to do. Now, it may take a little bit longer, and that's okay, but set the expectation so that they can read that and assess, do I have time to do this right now? And if not, then you know that that they can come back when they have a window of 20 to 30 minutes to do something. So that is super important. How can you do this? What does creating this experience look like? Well, this is an example of how we broke down our client experience within our workflows for Tax Pros program. And what we did is we took some sheets. So you have the big white Post-it notes. And then on those Post-it notes, we broke our process down into 3 sections. So the first one is the build, know, like, and trust. This is our sales and marketing channels. So how, or funnel as it's also called in the marketing world, how does our funnel lead the client to making the decision that we're the right fit for them to help them automate their practice? So that is the first step. And then within that big white Post-it note, we used small Post-it notes to break down what are all the different components of this. For our onboarding, after they've decided, yes, these are the people that can help me automate my practice, we then have broken down step by step all of the emails that they receive. Here's those 4 emails I was talking about. And then all of the other components of things that are going to bring them success in actually achieving the results that they want. And then finally, we have our fulfillment section, which the fulfillment, again, we broke down and said, what are all the things that the client needs to do to achieve success using our program, whether it's the live trainings they attend, whether it's the course modules that they complete. We just took the sticky notes and color coded them to some degree for us and broke it all out step by step. So this is what you can do as well, and just start at the beginning and work to the end, or start at the end and work backwards. But for each service that you're delivering to your clients, depending on the type of practice you have, you can do this exact same exercise. And I bet you'll start seeing some gaps of opportunities where you're either front loading it like Caitlin has and say, I know what I can do here to start breadcrumbing this out. Number 2, or idea number 2 for you, is send automated status updates. Your clients are craving communication. If you are somebody who does bookkeeping, if you do tax prep, if you do monthly accounting services, your clients want to have more communication from you. And you're probably like, yeah, but I don't want to buy. No, they want to hear from you. So often we talk to people who have been talking about how they want to have more, or they have so many clients clogging up their in baskets with like questions. Their voicemails are blowing up, especially during tax season or busy periods like the end of the year for bookkeepers. So often the people will just be overwhelmed with this. Fairstone, can I watch the replay? I need to jump. Yes, absolutely. Replay is going to be in on the website for Alyssa's group, as well as a replay available in the Facebook group on Kajabi, I think, Caitlin. Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you. Enjoy the show, guys. I'm going to keep going. They're all headed back over to the Moneymaker Live. Feel a little hurt? No, I'm just kidding. I'd be there too if I wasn't doing this with you guys. But sending automated status updates will lessen the number of inbound emails, questions, and concerns that your clients are sending you. So what could a VIP experience look like? Create thoughtful, consistent communications. Communicate and acknowledge your clients at emotional peaks that are just at the right time. So oftentimes, an example is tax prep. Clients deliver all the documentation and then they hear nothing. And so they email their tax professional and they're like, hey, what's going on? Did you get my documents? That is one more thing for the tax professional to do. So what if instead of having them go into this black hole of not knowing, we sent them automated status updates? Now, the tools of today are changing quickly. There are tools out there like TaxDome that are transforming the way that you can work in your tax practice or accounting practice or bookkeeping practice. And automated status updates through email are available to you. So you don't have to have a template email that you copy and paste out of your Asana and drop into your email service provider, Google, Outlook, whatever you use, and then send it. That is a very manual process. Now, when the client sends the documents in and you get to do a quick assessment and say, yes, I have what I need, when you move them to the next step of your process, an automated email sends out to them just says, hey, don't you worry, we got you, we got your documents. Here's what we're going to do now. You might hear from us in the next 2 weeks if we have any questions. Otherwise, we're going to get started on your return and you will hear from us in X time frame. Setting expectations, acknowledging that they have completed something and celebrating them for it. looking at how you can make this a standardized process so that you're not having to tell all 300 clients of yours every time they deliver documents to you that you have now gotten the documents. So you get to eliminate a lot of inbound email questions and a lot of inbound voicemail questions, which take up your time and take you away from doing the work that matters, which is preparing the returns, doing the bookkeeping, doing the monthly accounting. So communicating often, that is just one step of the very tedious, it's not tedious, but the process of tax prep where you could provide an automated status update. So we have your documents, and then you could send another one that says, hey, we started your return. Our tax preparer is now working on it, and we'll be in touch in the next few days. Then you can send one, hey, we e-filed. Your e-file is out. We'll be in touch with the confirmation in a couple of days when we receive that. But this is all opportunities for communicating often. And as I said, in your communication, celebrate what they just completed. Let them know what you need right now, and then set delivery expectations, because this allows them to know what is left for them to do or take action on, or if they just need to sit tight and let you do your work. And remember, people need to hear things 7 times in 7 ways. What does this mean? Well, our friend Caitlin, she mentioned that she front loads a lot with her bookkeeping onboarding. And if you tell people one time how to work with you, what this means, how to get you documents, they're going to forget. They don't do this work every day. So you need to think about, how can I deliver this 7 times, 7 ways? Repeating yourself and feeling like a broken record means you're doing something right, because your clients don't do this every day. Even if they've been with you for 15 years, they don't do taxes every day. So you need to make sure that you're staying on the front end of this and that you're pulling them proactively to success. So repeating yourself, repeating expectations, repeating the needs multiple times is going to help you do that. So what does a client experience look like? Well, here's an example of a wonderful, she does CFO services, she does tax prep, she does bookkeeping. This was an amazing example of a past client of ours, and I really love the way that she broke down where her clients are at. So this section was part of her emails, that her status updates that she would deliver each time the client moved through a step of her process. She would go through and she would say, hey, these are the 4 things, or the 8 things, excuse me, my numbers are off there, but these are the 8 things that we're going to do in this process. And you have completed the first 4. Here's where we're at. And this is the 4 that we have left. This is an excellent example of how you can actually provide your clients a path forward and a view into what's going on, but letting them know exactly where they're at in this process. So I would say definitely check out what you can do that is similar so that you're providing an excellent client experience. Number 3, make information gathering easy for you and for them, using thoughtful organizers that mold to their situation. So often people that have been doing tax prep know what organizers are. Organizers have been this stodgy old thing that comes from your tax prep software that gives you a list of things that need to be completed. Maybe it's the data from last year that is from your tax prep software that says, hey, we got a mortgage statement from Fannie Mae, we got a student loan document from Freddie Mac. I don't know if Freddie Mac does it, but whatever. But it just shows the client exactly what you had submitted last year. I can tell you, your clients probably don't look at that. If you're a tax professional and you're using that and relying on that, it's not delivering you the goods that you need to be able to do tax prep efficiently. Today's tools allow for a custom experience. When we look at how people were doing taxes and communicating with their clients post or pre-COVID, many people were doing interviews with their clients. How I like to look at these organizers of today is that they are literally an asynchronous, meaning not happening in person or at the same time, interview with your clients, gathering the information that you need to effectively produce a return that is actually geared towards their life events from that tax year. So often people are asking for the basics. Give us your W-2, give us your mortgage statements, tell us, did you have any side businesses this year? Which is great, but you're not getting the story. And if you're a busy person, and if you're an introvert like I am, and you're somebody who wants to create a really efficient practice that can grow, having an asynchronous interview allows you to actually learn about the life events of your client. And so when I say life event, what if you, instead of using a traditional organizer, started asking questions about your clients so that you could evaluate where they're at, what they need. Did they have a baby this year? Great. If you had a baby, then give us this information. The organizers of today are also based on something called conditional logic. Conditional logic is allowing us to have and create a custom experience for a client by asking them some questions. So back to the example of, did you have any children this year? Like, do you have new dependents this year? You can ask them the question, do you have new dependents this year? Yes or no. If it's a yes, then it can ask them, congratulations. You can acknowledge them. Congratulations. Please provide us new information on this new dependent. Maybe it's a stepchild, maybe it's a new baby, but they can then tell you, what is this situation? And they can give you the name, the date of birth, any details that you need to know, and ask them to provide that. But only if they answer yes to that question would they see that question. So instead of receiving an organizer that has 85,000 things, that only maybe 10 or 15 or 20 of them actually pertain to my personal situation, I get to create a custom experience without any effort on the part of the practice. That is the power of conditional logic based organizers. So you may be an accountant or a bookkeeper who doesn't do tax prep. That's okay. This is the same thing that you can apply to so many of the services you provide in your practice. So we had Caitlin mention that she does bookkeeping and bookkeeping onboarding. You can ask the specific questions to gain the information that you need to have a successful bookkeeping onboarding without having to have a 90-minute session with your client. Maybe you send them the organizer that says, hey, answer all these questions, and then it probes a little deeper on each of the questions. Then you can have that information, gather your thoughts, and then sit down with them and have an effective 30-minute conversation, saving you and them 60 minutes of time on a phone. Doesn't mean you're changing the client experience. It allows your clients more time to actually process things. Some people can process things quickly on the phone with people. Other people have to, think on things, chew on things, dig out information, and this allows them to do that on their own accord. So how can you apply this to your VIP experience? Oops, excuse me, let me go back. Well, number one, evaluate the information you need. Think about how you could create a thoughtful and efficient outline of an organizer or form that will get you what you need without bogging your clients down. Now, there are tools out there that can do this, and that's all they do is forms. So Google Forms, Jotnot, there's several of those out there. But what if you could integrate this into a practice management tool that would provide everything? Tools like Taxstone do that. So not only are you asking them these questions and it's being archived right in the client account, but you can also say, hey, upload your document that you just said, yes, you had a W-2 job. Please upload your W-2 right there in the same document. So you're not losing efficiency in your practice. Your client has an excellent experience because it's all right there. They're not having to bounce around and remember, oh yeah, I got to get my W-2 to them. It's all right there. And you're able to grow your team, know that everything is centralized. So nobody's having to go and hunt things down. It's all right there. That is the power of tools like Taxstone. So what does this look like? Well, as I mentioned, there was the dependent. So this is a little GIF video that at the top here, they're checking the box. Please check all that apply to you. I am married and I have dependents. And if you look down below, when they click the box above, it is opening up a new section where they're asked to provide spouse information and dependent. So there's the spouse information and there's the dependent information applying down here below. So they're essentially creating their own custom organizer as they go through and are checking the boxes. So this is Taxstone, just in case anyone's wondering. It is super powerful. Conditional logic organizers are super powerful. So if you have not seen this and you have not heard of these, this is your first taste and you will be addicted to them because they are so powerful. All right. Number 4, centralized information and communication hub. So your clients want to be able to drop and go. So often we talk to people who have tech stacks that have like 15 tools in them. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but they have 5 tools. They'll have their e-signature tool. They'll have their client portal, which Smart Vault, Google Drive, whatever those are. But your e-signature tool, like Right Signature, they'll have the client portal. They'll have their invoicing tool, often QuickBooks or some other tool that they've been utilizing as bookkeeping. They'll have document repository, so you keeping the client documents. They'll have email. Maybe they do text or communicating with their clients that way. But the problem is that by having all of these tools, there's no centralized information hub. And either you or your team are having to gather pieces of information from 4, 5, 6, 7 different tools and bring them in to create the whole picture of your bookkeeping clients and your tax clients or your accounting clients. And they're having to pull all this information in. It becomes very inefficient. There's lots of data maneuvering that has to happen between tools. There is lots of confusion on the client's part, and your clients don't want that. A VIP client experience is one that is seamless for the client. They want easy to use and secure client portals that are able to provide them the information that they need to get to you to get the services that they have contracted with you. And so your clients, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, they want to know that their sensitive information is secure. Client portals are critical for the security of the financial information that you are maintaining for your clients. I mentioned GLBA GLBA compliance. I don't know, my brain's farting right now, I apologize. But that is something that you definitely need to be taking into account. You can be held liable as a financial professional. So having a certified portal allows you to know that the documents being maintained on that portal and on that cloud-based software are secure and safe and meet the minimum standards of that policy. You need to make sure that you're protecting you and your clients by establishing document delivery expectations. We have people that say that they get client documents through Facebook Messenger. That is not secure. But your clients are delivering to wherever they normally communicate because they don't know any better. Excuse me. So I want for you to start thinking about how can you deliver better expectations to your clients. You need to establish a secure portal, and you need to make that the only way that you will accept communication from your clients. By centralizing and standardizing your client documents, this will transform the efficiency of your practice as well. But you will probably need to establish some boundaries with your clients, letting them know, I will no longer accept things via text. I will no longer accept things via email. I will no longer accept things via Facebook Messenger. And have prepared messages, little snippet messages that you can deliver to them if they try to text you something, if they try to send you something via Facebook. It can be as simple as, hey, this is a really sensitive financial document. I want to take your security really to heart. I want to be very careful about the security of your documents. Please, going forward, do not communicate these or send these to me via this method. I would like you to send them to my portal. Here's the link. If you need help, let us know. You can give them one freebie. And then the next time I would say, I'm sorry, I can't accept it this way. Oh, it tickled my throat. I hate that. I can't accept this any longer, this method. So I'm going to need you to send it to me this way. But, you can step into that with gentleness and kindness, but you need to make sure that you're holding that boundary for their security and yours. My goodness. So that means that you need to establish tools that allow them to go to that one place. So as I mentioned, TaxDome, I'm a huge TaxDome fan. That is the tool that I know and love because it does it all. The client portal allows this, and it allows the effective communication and secure communication with your clients, not only for document delivery, but also for gathering details on your clients using a secure portal or secure chat. So you're no longer having clients deliver sensitive information via email. And you can do that via the secure chat in a tool like TaxDome as well. So something to think about. So what does creating this VIP client experience look like? Well, as I mentioned, establish client communication policies and ensure that you stick to them, because you need to make sure that all of your staff are doing this. So if you make the policy that you will no longer accept things via text, you will no longer accept things via Facebook Messenger, all of your staff are doing that. A way of providing an excellent client experience would be provide them a client onboarding video. This could look like you sharing a video about how to use the portal. What are your expectations? It can be 2 to 3 minutes long. It doesn't have to be long. You don't want it to be long because your clients have very short attention spans. But share your client communication policy. Let them know you don't accept things via text. You don't accept things via Facebook Messenger. Talk to them about how they can access your portal. Remind them of the link, remind them to save the URL onto their shortcuts, and then show them how to upload the documentation to you. Tools like TaxDome have a mobile app that allow them to just snap a scan of their document and it sends you a PDF. So you don't even have to worry about the JPEG issues anymore, which is lovely. And then also provide your firm's availability for support and communication. If you have office hours, state those. If you only accept appointments with clients if they contact you first, state that. Let your clients know how they work with you. You are the professional here. You need to let them know how they work with you because you are the business and they're coming to you for the service. So if you set the expectation, they're gonna acknowledge it and admire and stick to it. Otherwise, you have the opportunity to say, I'm sorry, I don't think this is a good fit, but you're the expert here. And then finally, create a plan on how to navigate those rogue clients. They will happen. Just know what you're going to do with them if they continue to either not meet your policies or they something happens. All right. And then our fifth and final item is look professional and easy to access. So creating a consistent experience will have your clients feeling that you truly are the expert that can serve them. And when you do this, you're going to find that you are going to be able to standardize things. Creating standardized workflows will allow you to ensure that your client is considered at every step. So often as you're building your practice and in the early days, you're kind of bending over backwards for every client because that's what we do, right? When I started my business, I did the same thing. The client's always right. I do whatever I can to keep them happy. But as your practice grows, which is an amazing, amazing feat, you need to start thinking about how do I create a business that can grow with me, grow with my clients, grow with the needs of my clients, while providing an excellent client experience. And standardized workflows will do that. Why is that? Well, standardization plus boundaries equals happy clients because there are never unspoken expectations. If you are talking with your clients and you're letting them know the importance of these standardized workflows and the boundaries that you're setting, as we talked about in the previous step, your clients are going to know how to work with you. And that's going to make them happy. Now, this certainty breeds trust, and trust is critical when we're dealing with financials for clients. So the other part of the standardization is it allows us to automate. Automation ensures that every client is treated the same every time. So you no longer have the issue where Mrs. Jones gets treated differently than Mr. Smith simply because they have a slightly different process or because a team member didn't know the standardized process. And so somebody falls in a crack and then they become upset. And then you have issues or they are delayed and you end up paying penalties for them because they fell in a crack. There are so many reasons that having standardized workflows is so critical. The other thing is that your team will always be certain about what happens next. Having standardized workflows ensures that everybody knows what happens after step A, after step D, after step N. Nobody has any doubt in their mind about what is going to occur. And then the final thing is that when you're looking at creating those standardized workflows, you can lean into those 3 words that we came up with in the beginning and make sure that you're truly offering and meeting that desire that you have. Having those 3 words is going to be the foundation and the bedrock of the standardized workflows that you create. Because if you're looking through those lenses, you're going to start seeing the client experience opportunities, the tone that you want to set with your clients, the celebrations that you want to have with your clients through your update and status emails. All of those things can be interwoven throughout your standardized workflows. And I promise you, if you're thinking, oh, but standardized workflows, that just seems so cold. The number of people, my partner Jessica, she's an enrolled agent. She has a practice and does about 300 returns a year with a small part-time team. Her standardized status emails that are basically canned emails get responses all the time to, oh my gosh, this communication, thank you so much for communicating with me so clearly. I love what you've done with your practice over these last couple of years. Things have gotten so smooth for me because she standardized and automated. That is the power of automation. People don't even, if you create client-focused automations, people don't even realize that they're canned often. And so you get back time. You get to increase your profit because you're not hiring staff just to send emails or manage voicemails and phone calls. You get to get back that time and put that towards the bottom line of your practice. And that is so powerful. So what does creating an excellent client experience look like in this one? I want for you to establish that consistent tone and brand for all of your client communications. Look at those 3 words and establish your vision, establish your tone. What does your brand look like? And make sure that you create templates that utilize that. Be clear on how your clients will work with you. Make sure that you are talking with them about how do they reach you? What is included in the service? What is not? What are preferred methods of communication? And establish policies and procedures in your practice that ensure your team is clear on how to do each step of the process. This looks like SOPs, standard operating procedures, making sure that you're creating those and having those accessible to team members as you bring them on. This will make sure that your vision and your ideas of how you want your practice to run are actually being followed. And that's what SOPs can do for you. So I want you to remember that a VIP client experience will bring you profit and peace and will ensure that you're actually delivering on that BMW that we talked about at the beginning and not the Pinto, because nobody wants a Pinto when they think they're getting that BMW. And you want your clients to be running around town celebrating you and the amazing services you're providing, because they will become your biggest marketing machine out there if you treat them properly and you give them the VIP experience that they deserve and that you want to deliver. So I would love to hear in the chat how y'all thought that was. Did you think that that was helpful? Yeah, Jace is saying helpful. I'm so glad. Well, before you jump off, guys, I want to invite you to something. So right now, my program, mine and Jessica's program, Workflows for Tax Pros, we have opened the doors to helping people automate using TaxDome. If you're somebody that's been using TaxDome, has been considering moving to TaxDome, what our program does is we help you implement TaxDome, saving you time, making sure that you're providing this excellent client experience. And we, most importantly, want you to feel confident as a user of TaxDome. So we have a special offer to you guys today to invite you to join our program. So we provide in our Workflows for Tax Pros program, which is specific to TaxDome and setting up a TaxDome system, proven workflows and pipeline templates that will help you set up your practice in no time. When I say that, I'm not kidding. It takes less than 20 hours to set up your first primary pipeline, and that includes learning how to do it. So we teach you the skills you need to be able to set up your pipelines. The second thing is a step-by-step instruction for setting up those processes. We want to make sure that you walk away with the skills necessary to love your TaxDome pipeline or your TaxDome system, excuse me, for the long haul. And that's what we're there to do. We also do best practices on how to create an excellent client experience, how to use TaxDome in ways that you've probably never even thought of, but we love getting creative with the system to solve the problems of our membership. This means making sure that you have templates for clients that won't respond to you in the middle of tax season, how to send those out in bulk so that you're not having to go through and follow up with every single client, and making sure that you understand that. Melissa says our workshops are worth every penny. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Clients loved it this year, and I'm making notes for tweaking it this year. Absolutely. It's an iterative process. So we love to help our clients dip their toes into automation, get confident with it, and then go whole hog right after their first, once they start getting their feet wet with it. We love helping with the iteration, gaining advanced skills in this tool, making sure that you're continually getting more efficient as you gain confidence in the tool. And the other thing that is so powerful is we have a community of like-minded automators. So we call them the automators because that's what we're all there to do, is to automate our practices so we can increase profit, increase time freedom, and we all do it together because everybody's aimed at the same thing. An amazing client experience, working less so that they can actually enjoy life more. So if you're like, okay, I need to figure this out. I need to see if this is for me. If you, like I said, if you've been using TaxDome, this is for you. If you're not sure if you're using it all the way, or you're only using it as a client portal or just e-signature, there's so much more in that tool and it can transform the way you work. For example, our client Karen, she was 100% paper when she came to us last September. And she implemented TaxDome and she was able to increase her practice by 30% while working less. So because she took on the automation, she made sure that she was learning the tool, she set up the pipe and bring on another 30% of clients. So she went from 250 to 350 this year, and made a huge transformation for her practice, for her family. So I want to invite you, if you guys are thinking, yes, workflows for tax pros is for us, Alyssa is one of our amazing affiliates, and she has a custom link here. It is bit.ly/AJDW4TP. That stands for Alyssa J. Dillon Workflows for Tax Pros. If you guys go to that link, it will take you to Alyssa's affiliate page. She is a partner of ours in this. And I want you to know something. If you're thinking, I'm going to do this, do it now. We are raising our prices on November 1st, and I don't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity to get this at an amazing value. For 12 months, you're with us. So we are here all the way through tax season, all the way through your first year of using TaxDome or automating with TaxDome. And we want to make sure that you're feeling 100% confident in what you do. We have live support sessions every week. We have the amazing community. We're answering questions, not only by the experts on our team, but also the amazing community members that are becoming experts in their own right. We have our step-by-step course. And of course, just making sure that we're teaching you and informing you all along the way for the enhancements the TaxDome is rolling out. That is our goal, is to help you love your TaxDome system. So if you are thinking, yes, this is for me, please go and check it out at bit.ly/AJDW4TP, all lowercase will get you there. And that is Alyssa's special link. So if you want to jump in, please do. If you have questions, feel free to post them below this link, or this live video in the Facebook group. And I will be monitoring that over the next day or two and make sure that you get your answers to your questions. But November 1st, price goes up. So don't miss out if you're thinking that, yes, this is my time. It's a whole year. Let's do it before the holidays and get you guys set up so that this next tax season and the end of the year are smooth and easy breezy for you. And we want to make sure that you feel fully confident setting up your system. So thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate each of you, and giving me the opportunity to share this information with you today has been a blast. And thank you for putting up with my little bit of chaotic zone here today, coming from you in the middle of Nebraska, on our way to the East Coast. But thank you guys for being here. I wish you all a beautiful day, and we'll talk again soon. Cheers, y'all.